Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, my dear brothers and sisters. You guys have probably already seen this, heard about it. Andrew Tate coming to Islam. Alhamdulillah. We made a few reactions, but we wanted to address a few more things.
This is why I'm Muslim. Any Christian who believes in good and understands the true battle against evil must convert. And then he quotes the Quran. So be patient. Indeed, the promise of Allah is truth. If you guys want to see us discuss this with Andrew Tate, then comment Andrew Tate in the comment section below, and we will try and get him on the podcast.
Today they got drag queens that are trying to be preachers in churches, bro. They're allowing this, they're promoting this. The state taxpayer money is going into this, bro. And I don't know, man. Like, what do you guys think about that?
It's gay, bro. It's big time gay.
Aside from being gay, bro, it's just like, what has, Andrew Tate said this in one of the videos. He's like, if you're tolerant to everything, you stand for nothing. And he said this as a non-Muslim, bro. And I'm just like, now that he's challenging Christians that are genuinely trying to like enjoy good and come to the truth, to come to Islam, I think that's powerful, bro, because at the end of the day, it's the end of times, the Christians that are genuinely sincere will be tried accordingly versus the Christians that are like, they know that Islam's the truth. They know that Jesus isn't God, but they're too arrogant to admit otherwise.
There's questions that we have, right? And when you start looking for these questions as a Christian, you don't find the answers. You're actually shunned away and kind of demonized for even asking these questions. But in Islam, you're encouraged. No, you're actually told to seek. You're told to question. You're told to look for the answers. Like, if you aren't doing that, if you're just blindly following it, like, you're doing something wrong. And like, when I was into the whole Christianity thing, that was a big deterrent. That's a big thing that just threw me off completely. And I think there's a lot of things, well, not a lot of things, but I think there's a lot of Christians out there who have the same thing, but they push it to the side because they try to emotionally justify some reason to stay within the religion. You know what I'm saying? Or they try to justify some random reason, even if it's not emotional. Like, Andrew Tate, before he became Muslim, he was saying that he was an Orthodox Christian because of the people that he had, the contacts that he had, that they were powerful in the churches and stuff like that. And like, even then, bro, like, after he let that go, like, look where he is now. Alhamdulillah.
And I mean, you can see a clear agenda with these people. You can see a very clear agenda. And a lot of the time, people's actions speak. So when an organization or government does certain things, a lot of the time, those actions speak. Now, imagine one day the government turned around, they're like, we're going to implement Sharia. Everyone's going to be like, wow, the government's Muslim all of a sudden. Did they all convert? So the same thing, when people, start implementing these things, like your tax dollars are going to go to this and that, and it's not something you agree with or something you very clearly disagree with, you're going to look at that government and be like, well, they have a very specific agenda. And when you look at the roots of these countries, you'll find that they formed based on secular principles, which is the division of church and state, or the division of religion and state. Now, some places are a little more secular, some places are a little more lenient with religion and people practicing their religion, but there is no secular state that actually really allows a religion to fully be practiced, like Islam, for example. They don't let us have our, Sharia courts. They don't let us have our laws, our legislation, none of that stuff. And this is a pact we made with the non-Muslims living in their land. So it's fine. It's not a problem. But they basically end up falling into hypocrisy, because now what they're doing is, and they're forced to do this based on their secular principles, they're basically forced to assert certain things they know are against religion because they're in favor of liberalism. Like this. There are people who have very clear moral views against it, but they are allowing children to be prescribed pills and have surgery done on children, surgery done on them. And when the father steps in to say, I don't want this, he gets fined. He has to pay a fine. Where's the
sometimes even imprisonment, bro?
Yeah. Where's the freedom of religion in that? If he's saying this for religious reasons, where's the freedom of religion in that?
We went into this with Brother Paul from Blogging Theology on an episode talking about Christianity, and inshallah, if you guys missed that, make sure you check that out.
Yeah.
Inshallah.
Rami, you wanna let them know?
Yes. Bismillah.